Welcome back to the New Music Alliance Radio Hour. I'm Ace House Thor, here today with Stevie C and Mistress Miriam. You just heard Burdens Down by Cricket Blue. Before that, Spaceman by Four Non Blondes, and starting things off with Crawling In by Mikey Sweet. Really lovely, lovely stuff there.
No, where should we start?
Let's start with Cricket Blue, because that hit in a really interesting place for me. They call themselves chamber pop, and that's very appropriate. I do love the sort of chamber pop style. Heard a lot in college, actually. But
how would you characterize? I know we just heard an example of it, but what is the characteristics of chamber pop?
I would have great difficulty clarifying that. It's based on the idea of traditional chamber music.
Yeah,
like very small groups of people, a couple artists at most, playing classical music just in the chamber, in the antechamber of one's home. So that's taking that idea and
lovely,
sort of filtering it into a different context, a more modern context, which I always like. I think it's really beautiful, and their harmonies are so beautifully done. It's almost intimate in a way, and they just sort of weave in and around each other very well. I like this one.
Right. They're like breezes interweaving with each other. I don't know. Their voices kind of just float. They have a really interesting sound. I never heard of chamber pop before, but I would have said it's folky. A lot of the songs that they sing, I could see working in theater. Somehow it reminds me of theatrical. Just the story and just the way they present it, and I don't know, there's something theatrical. I can see them working in theaters, maybe not exactly in the arrangements that they have, but the songs themselves.
Yeah, I get that.
And they met at Middlebury College too.
Yeah, they're a Vermont-based group.
I'm always interested in where people have met, especially when they've met at college, and they've stayed together. They've matured together.
Absolutely, they both have solo. They had solo acts, and
that's lovely.
Pretty strong on their own, but they certainly sound great together. Wow.
Yeah. And then before that, Four Non Blondes, Spaceman, love
it. They're my favorite. Linda Perry.
Man.
Of course, the
Linda
icon.
Linda Perry, what a voice! Oh,
fierce. She's fierce. I want to be Linda Perry.
Yeah, absolute powerhouse. Like, she deserves every amount of praise she gets. So
she's married to Sarah Gilbert.
I actually think she's divorced from Sarah Gilbert. I know this is like the talking about this is like the gossip of celebrities. And
we're going to the gossip corner.
I'm not a celebrity gossip expert, but I think she was married to Sarah Gilbert. So that was kind of like a star-studded relationship, marriage.
Yeah.
Right.
Connection.
She's an incredible songwriter. She's done work for loads of different pop artists. She's got a pretty powerful solo album out. Linda Perry, there's not much more to be said.
No, not much more.
The band is great. I mean, we're also talking about her band, Four Non Blondes.
Of course.
And in that context, they're great. It's just another powerhouse to support the powerhouse.
Yeah, they didn't stay together that long. It's too bad that they didn't, because they could have done great things. I think they already did great things, but they could have done more great things.
Yeah.
And then starting things off, Mikey Sweet, an absolute brilliant artist, done a lot of great work. There's something about that tone.
He's got that song evokes such, I don't know, emotional feelings from me. I don't know. It's like he's looking back. He's tinged with regret, but he's got a lot of love, and you can just feel all that in the song.
An emotional storyteller.
Yes,
very much so. And the reference to Northampton too. I assume he's from here, or he's
he's a Northampton artist.
He's a Northampton artist, which I'm a Northampton gal. So he's very local. And when I hear the name of my hometown, I perk up. But really emotionally mature and very vulnerable as well.
Yeah. And for
Yeah.
the album that this comes off of, Road Dog Gospel, he did some work with Danny Bernini, who we had in the show a few months back. Obviously, he's done a lot of great work on his own, so
Right.
really, really keeping it local.
He recorded it live at Spirit House.
That is staggering to
He
me.
recorded it live.
He recorded it live. Yes.
Wow.
Danny Bernini wanted to create an album that kind of captured the essence of Mikey Sweet's live performances, and so they recorded it live.
All right, so what do we got next?
We have some jazz.
Ah, lovely.
Yeah.
We're going to start off with the Curtis Brothers with Twisted Histories.